Hello the internet, my name is Dean and welcome back to another Ruby on Rails tutorial. Today we're going to cover setting up Will Paginate for a basic scaffold. You can of course apply this to any model that you may have inside of your Rails application. Once we have the pagination set up and we can navigate from page to page, we'll then cover how to set it up for an array of objects in case you're searching through your application or something and you want to then paginate the search results or something similar. To start off, we're going to come into our gem file and we're just going to add the Will Paginate gem. It's just gem will paginate, and then we'll kill the server and run a bundle command. I haven't done anything for the server except for start it so far, so don't worry about that. I just wanted to make sure everything was working. At this point, I'm going to do my sanity spring stop command just to make sure that this command runs. And now I'll do a Rails G scaffold post title body :text. So I'm just giving it a title of type string by default and a body of type text, and I'm calling it post. Once that's done, I can type Rails DB :migrate. Now I can come over to my app assets style sheets and delete the scaffolds.scss, and then come down to the config folder and the routes.rb file and just say root to posts index. Just as a bit of a note, you can also just say root posts index, but personally I prefer to do root to. I don't know why, it's just something that I like to do. Once all of this is done, we can type Rails S to start the server, and it should take us to the root of our application where we can create a couple posts. So for this, we're just going to do a couple of dummy posts. I'll probably do 3 or 4, and then we can paginate those results once we're done. So we'll just say test case, and then we'll do another one with more words, and I guess we can do one more. We'll say a final post with the most words. Create the post. So now we have 4 to work with. If we want to paginate these results, ideally at the bottom here, we would have a link that says page 1, page 2, ... page n, with a previous page and a next page button. And because of the Will Paginate gem, this is fairly easy to set up. All we have to do is come into our controller's post controller, and instead of @post equals post.all, we'll just change this to @post equals post.paginate. Then we'll set the page to be the params and the page. Once that's done, we can come into our models and our post.rb model, and we'll just say self.per_page equals 2. So we're saying the number of posts that we can have per page is just equal to 2. Once all of that's done, we come into our posts, we come down to our to our index page, sorry. And below the new post, we'll just add in the link to all of these posts. We can say, we'll open some Ruby code. We'll say will_paginate @posts. And we can save that. Now, when we refresh the page, you see that there's only 2 posts per page. We have the previous and the first page grayed out because we can't go to that since we're already on page 1. We can go to page 2 or just click next. And then the previous and the first page re-highlight themselves, and the 2 and next are disabled. So if we create a 5th post with words, and then we go back to our index page, you can now see that there's 3 pages and the last page only has 1 result. As usual, you can order these in reverse. So you could do this and order it in reverse, but instead what we're going to do is we're going to set up the array. So this is fairly similar, but we're going to need an array. So let's just go ahead and set that up real quick. So I'm going to comment this out, and below this, I'll just say post.all.each do post end. And at the start here, I'm just going to declare my @post to be equal to an empty array. Inside of this, I'll just say @posts.push post. So I'm just grabbing all of the posts that we have, and I'm pushing them into the posts array. Once that's done, I can then say @post equals @post.paginate. We'll set the page to be the params page. And when we try to do this and refresh, we're going to run into an error. And the reason why we're running into an error here is it says undefined method paginate for array. So let's go ahead and let's require will_paginate/array. We can save that, refresh the page, and you can see that we have all 5 of the posts on the same page, which is a little bit weird. Well, the reason for this is because this isn't specifically only all posts, this is just a variable called @posts, we're not actually getting this post.rb self.per page. So what we need to do here is if you go over to the Will Paginate gem GitHub repository, you can see that they also can pass in the per page inside of this call. So instead of doing this, what we'll do is we'll add in a comma, and we'll say per underscore page is 2. We can save that, come over here, refresh, and now we have the same functionality, but with an array rather than just with the collection itself. That about does it for this tutorial. If this was helpful, remember to like the video. If this wasn't helpful, remember to dislike it so other people know not to watch it. If you want to see more of these, you can always subscribe. I've been uploading fairly consistently for the last week or two, and I'm looking forward to continue doing that in the near future. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.